Hi, my name is John, and today I want to show you how to import your media into Final Cut Pro and to understand the import functions. So here I have a brand default library, which is in the movies folder. It makes that automatically. I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I can delete that later. And I'm going to make a new library because I have a new project, and I'm going to call it Diving. And I'm going to save that project to the desktop, or libraries they call it. So now I'm going to import some media. I have the import button here for the very first time I import media into the project, or I can always go File, Import Media. And the two most important buttons to understand are Copy to Library or Leave Files in Place. Now if I leave files in place, what it's going to do is only reference those files from wherever you got them from. And that means that if you move those files, change the name, or whatever, put them in the trash, they're going to go offline because it can't find them anymore. So I'm going to say import, and I'm just referencing these files, basically. Everything's there, but it's referencing from wherever I got them from. So basically, if I move them, rename them, move them to another drive, I'm going to quit Final Cut Pro and say I decide to reorganize my computer, which a lot of people do. And I take those files and I move them to the trash for some reason, or I rename them or move them, whatever. When I open up Final Cut Pro again, those files will be offline, okay? And that's what happens when you break the link to the files, because you're only referencing them because you said leave files in place. Now let's do it differently. I'm going to quit Final Cut Pro, and I'm going to delete this project here. And I'm going to go back to my trash can and put those files back in. Okay, so we're going to start again. So I'm going to open up Final Cut Pro. And again, I have my default library. I'm going to just close that. And I'm going to make a new library, and I'm going to call it Diving. Save it to the desktop. I'm going to import some footage, and this time I'm going to say copy files to the library. Okay, so what it's going to do, it's going to copy the exact files that you have here into the library. So I'm going to say import, and you can see right here that it's copied those files into that purple icon. So now if I quit Final Cut Pro and I go to the footage and say I put that footage in the trash, when I open up Final Cut Pro again, those files will still be there because they imported into that icon. Okay? And that's really important to understand. So I hope that helps you understand why some of your media is going offline. Now let me close Final Cut Pro. If you're wondering where those files are in that icon, it's really easy to find. If you right-click that icon and say Show Package Contents, and you go to your folder here, you'll see that your original media has been copied into this icon. So basically, even if you move the files or do anything to them on your desktop or wherever you got them from, they're still going to be inside of the icon of Final Cut Pro, which is why that icon gets bigger and bigger. You'll see it, becomes 20, 30, 40 gigs because it's holding all that media. So you can erase everything on your computer that you brought those files in from, and your project will still be intact. So I hope that helps everybody understand why sometimes their files go offline, and maybe that'll save them a little time. I hope you like this tutorial, and thanks.